Where would this block come from? What?
Right here. This was right here in this.
Oh my! Oh wow! See it here, sir.
Bedhead.
So this block is right here.
This is a bedhead right here. Yeah.
So the bedhead was made out of a block.
Both of steel, right? Block and steel.
Block and steel, and the storm surge lifted it and carried it right there.
Right.
So the storm surge.
And even further up, see another piece up there, so.
Lift it and see another piece up there, so as well.
You can.
This roof did not come off,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So what was it that this roof was constructed differently than the other roofs?
You know, this one was just more, I suppose, exposed and more on the point.
Yes.
I would imagine.
Okay.
Because the truth is, we would have lost this entire roof after burial as well.
Okay.
So.
And it's the same builder?
The same builder.
Okay.
You know, Jake's is more than a hotel. Jake's is about community development.
It is.
And of course, you can't have that without the people behind it and it being in their DNA.
So what was this like compared to burial?
This was worse than burial if you were on the sea, because I'm talking about Treasure Beach now.
Right.
It came along the coast of Treasure Beach, and then it was in Parity, Black River, Galleon, Newfields, Culloden, you know, going all the way down is where it turned in. So gotcha. Treasure Beach got more coastal damage. It's going to be some long, hard days ahead, but we have to pull ourselves together. We have to come up with a plan and a timeline and put the right people in the right positions to make this come back a reality. Wow. You know.
Today, Kareem's Quest is at a very pivotal point in Jamaica in terms of the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. Now, it was registered as a Category 5 hurricane and it hit a lot of the southern coastal areas, one of them being Treasure Beach. And I'm now here with Jason Henzell, who is the owner of Jake's Restaurant and Resort, right? Jack Spratt, good. But he's like the de facto mayor. His family really believed in this property and they started out here. So from what I talk about, from probably like in the 1940s, thereabout, and they have always stood in this area. And it was because of his help why many of these people actually got a lot of relief aid. I remember him showing videos of ships coming, right? And he was really playing a pivotal role in that. I mean, most of the development that has taken place down here has always been him. And I know that because I've done journalism for over 20 years. So, Jason.
My respect, my brother.
Bless up yourself.
I didn't want you to see the place like this, but, you know, we have to take the bitter with the sweet.
Jason.
And there's always a price for living in paradise, right? After all, the place is called Treasure Beach.
For a reason. Jason, how you keep your spirit up in all of this?
I go down on my knees, I humble myself, and I ask the Lord for strength, mental strength, physical, emotional, financial.
Yeah.
You know, you have to, this thing, life teaches you about empathy.
Yeah.
You know,
come on, go and walk.
You know, this is where the Calabash stage was, of course,
yes,
the International Calabash Festival.
You guys were going to have a festival as well.
Yes, the Food Rum and
November.
Reggae Festival. From the 7th to the 9th of November.
Wow, and all of that was messed up.
Yeah, it was messed up. So the organizers and myself, we've turned that into a charity concert, which is going to happen on December the 7th.
Yeah.
At Ronnie Williams Entertainment Center in Kingston. So we're pleased to say that both Agent Sasco and Capleton have agreed to waive the balance of their fees.
Yes.
So we would have given them a deposit.
Yes.
And then when they see all what happened, they said, boy, you know what? Let us turn it into a charity concert in Kingston. And I have to big them up because they say, you know what, don't pay us the balance of the money because we see what happened. And,
wow.
You know,
big
solidarity.
Artists. Yes. So I am looking at the destruction now, right?
Yeah.
This would have been October 28th, about 2 o'clock. Good?
Yeah.
The water is rising. Tell me what's happening. What are the rubbles that I'm looking at here?
Well, before, you know, this cottage is an older cottage. So before we had a sewage treatment system, the original person would have had a soak away kind of septic care. But we don't dispose of our sewage like this anymore. So this would have been an old time, what you call a soak away pit.
Got you.
So, but you know, it would have blown off the top of that. And then of course, you know, going into the...
Oh, let me just show you what the room is like.
Right.
Jason, At what point did you get to look at some of the damages that were caused? Like, was it the morning after?
2 days after.
2 days after.
To be honest with you, you know, I took my aunts and my mother into Kingston because when I saw how powerful this category 5 was going to be.
Yes.
And remember at one point he was going to turn in right on Treasure Beach.
True.
So, you know, thank God it didn't do that.
It took off the roof. It took off this part of the door.
Yeah, absolutely. This
So
entire
Jason,
roof is gone.
I'm totally new to this.
Yeah.
You just went through something like this 16 months prior with burial, right? What do you do with like all your fridge and your stove? Talk people through like what it, can even these things be salvaged?
No, most of them cannot be salvaged, you know. The truth of the matter is, thank God we had insurance and we have a good insurance broker. And, you know, it's a negotiation, right? Who I feel it for really is the people who did not have insurance and would have had to stand these losses themselves, because some people lost everything.
Yes.
At least we're standing here and we have walls around us.
True.
So, you know, we're going to put back on a roof. And this very house right here will be ready in less than 1 month when we open on December the 18th.
I also want to give you a lot of credit for hiring workmen. When I came here, I saw a lot of workmen.
Yes, man.
People need jobs, right?
They do.
And for you, this December and this period is your peak period for tourism, right?
Of course. We don't want to give up our Christmas. That's why we chose December the 18th. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of our work team have really, our employees have really shown a lot of flexibility and tolerance, and they've really, you know, put their shoulders to the wheel.
Yes.
You know, we have waitresses and people from laundry, accounting, taking up rubble, taking up pieces of zinc.
So let me tell you this, and this is no like promotional thing. I've known Jason for years now, right? His hands-onness is totally genuine. It's not something that you put on, right? You can't just get people to just show up and want to work. Colleen told me, when Colleen said she has been working here for decades.
25 years.
25 years. You don't work for people for 25 years if they don't treat you good. That much I've learned about any business in life, right?
Right.
So it's always like, when you watch Kareem's Quest, and I always tell you, please subscribe if you're watching, because I'm supporting real Jamaicans, people who give back hands-on to Jamaica. When you look at all of this craftsmanship, these are local people doing this.
Yeah.
They're not bringing these things from abroad.
No.
All right? So please remember this. When you look at things like these, right there, they're hiring local people to do this. This is not coming from abroad, all right? So, yeah, Jason, so you're saying that they're coming out and supporting you?
Yeah, man, everybody is being, you know, showing a very deep resolve and, you know, just courage and being flexible and willing to do whatever they need to do, because, you know, they believe in Jake's, they believe in the in Treasure Beach, they believe in Breads, and it's really, you know, Jake's is more than a hotel. Jake's is about community development.
It is.
And of course, you can't have that without the people behind it and it being in their DNA.
So let me show you something. This is the AC unit, right? It took off the roof. It took a bunch of stuff. The toilet is even gone. You know, there are some, when I was walking with Jason, he was taking up nails from the ground, right? And let me tell you, if you can just use your imagination, I'm going to ask people at this moment to use your imagination just to understand something. Now, when this place was, and it soon returned to its former glory, but when it was in its glory, you know, you're getting up off this bed right here. You're opening up the door and look at what you're seeing, right? If this isn't beautiful, cameraman, come and follow me, please. If this isn't beautiful paradise, good? And it's going to come back, and we're asking people, you know, even if you don't want to donate, you can always come back and just support the local people. The local businessmen, please, and the local businesswomen, please support them. So come go and take us through this whole thing now.
Yeah, no, that's an important message, because now is when we really need the support. You know, so we have some guests who are coming to do a volunteer holiday.
Yes.
And they're bringing supplies, and they're bringing tools, and they said, look, we know we're not coming for a regular holiday,
right,
you know, but we want to be in the weeds with you. We want to help you to rebuild.
Wow. Jason,
So
how you feel about the support that you have been getting?
phenomenal. I'm blown away by it. Honestly, it's really, it's amazing. It's overwhelming. You know, I want to tell you, the Kingstonians have really been showing up for rural Jamaica.
Yes.
Every Saturday and Sunday.
Them pack up.
Motor kids.
Yes.
Motor kids.
I know. I went to Paris Mart.
Honestly.
And I'm telling you, Kingstonians show a lot of support because sometimes people in other areas of Jamaica feel like Kingstonians only care about Kingstonians, but this brought out so much humanitarian efforts from Jamaicans.
Really showing up for.
Yes, man.
And even with allowing people to go through the toll.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I know there's a little bit more control on it now, but
yes.
I mean, people are really, really showing up.
Can I ask you something? Compared to Beryl, right?
Yeah.
What was this like compared to Beryl?
This was worse than Beryl if you were on the sea, because I'm talking about Treasure Beach now.
Right.
It came along the coast of Treasure Beach, and then it was in Parity, Black River, Galleon, Newfields, Culloden, you know, going all the way down is where it turned in.
Ah,
so
gotcha.
Treasure Beach got more coastal damage.
Gotcha.
When you get further down the coast now is when it turned in.
Yes.
And would have gone to the north of the parish.
Yes.
Through, you know, like.
Because I see Black River and it was horrible. Black River looked like a bomb dropped on it.
You know, I'll be honest with you, that's why as bad as this looked, we still have to be grateful.
Of course.
Because there are people who lost everything. Everything. So I tell you the truth, we have to be grateful that it wasn't worse for us.
True. No, something that you're born here, you live here all your life.
Yeah.
How strong and how high do you think the waters would have been to cause all of this, to break all of this wall?
So we would have battened down all of this with plywood, right? Screwed it in. So they're saying, the experts are saying that the sea and the surge went up 18 feet.
Right.
Between the surge and the waves.
Yes.
And that it came in 300 feet.
Oh.
300 feet. So if I were to measure from the coast to here, we're at about 100 feet here.
Right.
So it would have licked this and kept going. You understand? So it was a very, very, very serious storm. It was much more like Ivan than it was from Beryl.
Oh, gotcha.
It came along the coast.
So all of these things, I mean, how long do you take down to get back all of these even supplies? I mean, I'm trying to even feel what you're feeling like as owners.
Yeah.
You're going to need beds, you're going to need AC units, you're going to need, I mean, no, to be frank, it's, for you, you would have gone through the entire gamut because you'd have seen this place when it was probably just one room, one little building. But what is it like on a day-to-day basis, you trying to get back inventory?
You know, you just have to eat the elephant one bite at a time. You know, you have a master list and you're just going through and calling suppliers, looking at availability and price and putting your budget together. Wow. And you know, the truth is that we know that there's a big demand for building supplies now and furniture. So
even the price,
you know, the price is one thing, but the availability is the other. You know, so skills tradesmen are in demand. Material is in demand.
Yeah.
And you know, you just have to be very vigilant how you go about it.
Jason, I can't help but noticing that this roof did not come off, right?
Yes.
So what was it that this roof was constructed differently than the other roofs?
You know, this one was just more, I suppose, exposed and more on the point.
Yes.
I would imagine.
Okay.
Because the truth is we would have lost this entire roof after burial as well.
Okay.
So
and it's the same builder?
The same builder.
Okay.
Same builder, same material. You know?
Oh wow.
So sometimes you look at two buildings and there's no rhyme or reason.
Yes.
Why one would have gotten it worse than the other, you know?
Oh my goodness, Jason.
Yeah.
And you're saying all of this you're going to be working around the clock to get all of this back up within a month's time?
Within a month's time.
Oh my gosh. Jason, where you find the energy for do all of this?
My brother, you know, I get it from our employees, I get it from our guests, I get it from people who love Treasure Beach and what we do, you know.
Yeah.
You just have to, you know, you just have to see it as a blessing. And then when you
if you come, I want the cameraman to come here, so, and to just look in and show people what we are seeing from this view, right? Now, Jake's is the first place I ever been to that really captured Jamaica rustic beauty.
Right.
Right? So, you know what I mean? They have even like bottles and different things that are in the room, and they utilize so much of nature, because when you're taking a shower at Jake's, right? You are taking a shower and looking at the sea right there, so.
Right.
So if you come into this little spot right here, you know, you would come out here, and I'll tell you what it's like. You come out here, you enter into here, so, right?
You're showering.
You're showering right here, so.
Are you looking out at the sea?
And you're looking out at the sea. Good. And I believe that there's an upstairs terrace.
Yes.
So you can literally at night time, you have your dinner, and you can just be relaxing at a beautiful candlelight dinner, you know, with your special person. So, needless to say, it's a lot in terms of coming back here and supporting the place. Jason, come and go inside and show them the rest of the place and see what I want. Right? Jason, for all of these blocks, where are those blocks coming from?
They're coming from in the front here, so they would have blown out.
Oh,
and up.
Wow.
You know, the force of.
So if something like this were to reoccur,
yeah,
what different would you do?
We're going to build back stronger.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be putting, you know, bigger steel, higher strength of concrete. Some of the areas that were in wood, we're going to be putting into concrete, because we can't keep doing things that we have done in the past. We have to build stronger, because these storms are coming fast and furious.
And this for those of you who are studying the effects of global warming. Now, we have a very, very extremely small, minute carbon footprint, yet still we have faced the brunt of, you know, the effects of global warming. I mean, from El Nino, you know, to just the glaciers are getting, you know, warmer, and the ice is melting, and the sea levels are rising, and we're seeing the more torrential hurricanes and storms coming our way. And it's really sad, because even as a country with such a minute carbon footprint, you know, I mean, you would think that, you know, how life should work out is that the ones who have the biggest footprint should feel it the most, not the ones who have the smallest. But nonetheless, it is life, and we still have, you know, energy, and we're still making a change. But please be mindful, if you have a voice in that community, express to people that we have to cut down on this carbon emission. It's killing us one way or the other, right? And we have to think about that, because these hurricanes, they're coming stronger, right? They're coming in a more unpredictable manner. They're causing more devastation and more damage. And this was not the way the earth was intended to function, by the way, right?
True.
We keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
So these blocks of walls
inside.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Where would this block come from? What?
Right here. This was right here in this.
Oh my. Oh wow. See it here, so?
Bedhead.
So this block is right here?
This is a bedhead right here. Yeah.
So the bedhead was made out of a block.
Out of steel, right? Block and steel.
Block and steel. And the storm surge lifted it and carried it right there.
Right.
So the storm surge.
And even further up, see another piece up there, so.
Lift it and see another piece up there, so as well.
You can see wherever the grass is brown, that is where the salt water would have gone.
Whoa.
You see?
Oh my gosh, Jason.
Yeah.
Are these things, what about like your wiring and all that stuff?
All of this needs to be changed out, you know. It really, salt water is.
Yeah, oh yes, salt water is the enemy as well.
It is for
Jason,
sure.
on a regular, how often do you have to paint due to the salt water?
I would say every 2 years.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, every 2 years.
That's not bad.
You know.
That is not bad. So these rooms, which one are you starting from first? Are you starting from that end?
We're starting from that end. So we went from snapper to sea biscuits to octopussy 1, 2, and 3. Sea puss 3, and then we're going to mussels, sweet lip, and going across.
Okay, let me carry you upstairs and show you what upstairs look like, because when you come to Jake's, it's an experience, and Jake's is still an experience like none other. Good? So when you come up here,
look at this, even on the second story.
Oh wow, look at this is
place.
block and steel, you know. And this is what the storm surge did to the block and steel. Alright, this was no joke. Good? Again, you don't know. But I recognize you don't use nails.
No,
you bolt it down.
Screws.
You use screws.
It's essential to use screws. You know, to get a firmer grip. You know, but again, look, the veranda covering of that went down. This stayed on, that came down, the next one came down. So again, you know, it's just hard to tell.
Yes,
rhyme or reason.
True. So this is on the second floor basically, and when you come to these places, you come with a mindset to relax and to rejuvenate. And this place would have had these wooden canopy over it.
Correct.
And guests would just come here, so they'll have the daiquiri, they'll have their favorite magazine, and they're just sitting down on 2 lounge chairs for the rest of the day until the evening, and the sun goes down, and then they go back to the restaurant at Jake's restaurant. They have something to eat. This is how relaxing it is to be here. Now, I spent some time here, but that was years ago. So when everything back up, you know, somebody get back to Jason.
All right.
The last time I came here was actually 2007 or 6. 2007. Wow. But it was still a miraculous experience because it's so rustic and nice.
Yeah.
Good. And they don't change the infrastructure. If you look out there, look at just that beautiful view that you're seeing. You know, being here is refreshing for the spirit. Good. Because you're one with nature. And this is what I love about these mom and pop places. You can talk to the owner. When you go to a big resort, you can't talk to an owner. All right? You're going to be sent to a manager, sent to an assistant manager. If you're lucky, you'll see the owner just sitting down. Today he was sitting down with his sister and his mother. You know what I mean? You get that hands-on experience and get that hands-on type of relationship that makes so many guests repeat, right?
Absolutely.
Oh gosh, man. So
family.
Those people that in the yellow top, they are part of your repair team?
Yeah, they're part of the construction crew.
Oh wow. So they have their hands full.
Absolutely.
Jason, do you have to be bringing in people from abroad or people from out of town?
No, all local.
Okay.
All local.
Okay.
All local persons.
Oh wow, Jason. This is something else, right? So within the 2 days you were here, what was your first thought in terms of what's going through your mind within the...
I said, boy, you know, it's going to be some long, hard days ahead, but we have to pull ourselves together. We have to come up with a plan and a timeline and put the right people in the right positions to make this come back a reality. Wow. You know, it can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
So you have to just know that you know, you need the mental strength,
right,
and the focus, the discipline to make it happen.
Is Prime Development is a local?
Prime Development is out of Kingston, so owned by Michael Todd. So they're working along with local contractors. Wow. Hello, everybody.
So you notice what they're doing right now. They're tearing apart the doors. They're tearing apart different things that need to be either replaced or renovated. And this is just a one-day thing. You take it. You understand? You take it and you try to do the best that you can do, right? I mean, because there's no set answer here.
Yeah.
You just read and react to a lot of things.
Every room is a bit different, you know.
Oh wow. Was there something here before?
Yeah, this was a wooden veranda here. So we're actually going to put this one back out in concrete. Because we would have lost it here before.
Okay.
And then here, so we're going to definitely build back this unit with a stronger.
With this roof, only the zinc was gone.
Right.
That's a good thing, right?
That's a good thing. This is a fairly new roof.
Okay.
We would have lost this roof in burial as well.
Oh wow. Oh wow. So you now have to be trying to fight back to get back screws. What is the highest thing in demand right now? Would it be nails? Would it be zinc? What would be the highest thing?
It would be all of those things. Okay. Screws, nails, zinc, lumber, cement. You know, all of those things would be in very high demand.
Jason, you are the best person to answer this question. My audience keeps asking, what can they donate at a time like this?
You know, different villages, communities are in different stages of readiness and need. So there are still some people, villages that want food and water. But from what I've heard in the last week, things have shifted from, and that people are more now looking to build back their livelihoods. If they could get a grant to build back their liquor shop, fishermen to get back to sea, farmers to get into their fields.
Okay, got you.
They want to start building back their livelihoods, getting a roof back on their house. So we've gone past, you know, the 3.5 weeks of panic.
Yes.
And, you know, my heart really goes out to the people who have lost everything because, you know, it was 5 different parishes. And it is estimated that it's approximately 60,000 homes.
That's not easy.
You know, in Treasure Beach, we've started to issue fishing wire and we're going to start issuing farming vouchers next week.
Oh, nice.
And, you know, people really feel like they want to get back to building back their livelihoods as they can. But there are people who are not at that stage and we have to
Yeah, because even the people, the vendors at border,
yes,
they said they're not waiting on handouts. They start to go back out.
I see that.
I see that. All right, let's see if we can try and make this. What am I looking at here, sir? Soak away?
Yes, no, this was just a natural hole that came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So, here we are. We're walking through now. What is this
So this is
one called?
This is a 3-bedroom and this is called Mussels.
Okay.
This is a villa on the property. So it has a swimming pool.
Oh, nice.
A lounge upstairs.
Now, mussels seem to hold up very well, by the way, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Yeah, mussels did well.
Yeah, I follow the name. So now you have to be emptying out the pool.
Yes, cleaning it out, scouring it out, putting things back together.
Now, it's hard to see this in the video. It's very hard to see this in the video. But let me tell you something. I see this as like a place where you bring a big family, right?
Yes.
And you sit down and you relax. And I'm hearing the waves crash against the reefs. And it just sounds so therapeutic. This is one of them stuff the way you put in your phone when you want to go to sleep. And you ever fall asleep to the rain falling and you hear the rain falling on the roof? You know what I mean? It sounds that much therapeutic just listening to this water. And keep in mind that this isn't an area that suffers from tremendous hurricane a lot. It's just that, as I said earlier in the video, it's because of global warming, you know what I mean, that it has caused these things to be more sporadic. But, I mean, it's been how long since Ivan? It's been how long since Gilbert, right?
Yeah, exactly. 21 years since Ivan.
Right.
And it would have been, what, 37 years since Gilbert.
37 years since Gilbert. So you're seeing a bigger time span, all right? So it's not a place that's troubled that you have to worry about and say, oh my goodness, it's every 2 months. No, it's not like that. So let's get inside and see what's going on.
Yeah.
And here you have workmen here, so everybody at work tirelessly. Wow.
This was our first employee ever at Jake's, Bazi Blake.
Really?
Yeah, man.
First employee?
First employee, 001.
Oh my goodness, sir.
Eh?
On the payroll,
Bazi.
this man, Bazi, would have been 001 employee. And by the way, Jason is very active on Instagram. If you go on his Instagram page, he always bigs up a lot of his employees. So you will see him walking through the entire Treasure Beach community and highlighting a lot of people.
Bazi Blake.
Yep.
Love you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Bazi, take care, yeah?
Yeah, man. You're welcome.
Thanks for yesterday too with the pool, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But these bamboo sofas,
Yes.
they withstood.
Yeah, they withstood. Well, we had these inside.
Okay.
So thank goodness.
But they can also withstand the water.
Yeah, they can. They can. Bamboo is good with the water, it's true.
Oh, wow. This is so nice.
It's true.
I'm happy for that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
After, you know, somebody was asking me like, what do you do in times like these? I say, you have to scale back your life and start thanking God for the small things.
True, you know.
So
it puts everything in perspective. Things that you thought were important, you realize at the end of the day, you enjoy those memories when you had them, but at the same time, you have to put it into perspective.
True.
Of what is important.
No,
now
you have to wake up and say, my
know.
limbs are functioning, my mind functioning, You know what I mean?
How do you move forward?
Jeez.
And some things you just have to let them go.
Yeah, true.
You know, so when I see some of the beautiful old buildings that we have lost, historical buildings, you know, thank God we have the memories of them and we have photographs of them, paintings, but we don't.
Because that's what's going to happen to Black River.
Yeah.
Because the Anglican Church in Black River is gone.
Zero.
You get Malcolm from the courthouse, the first guest house in Black River is gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I went there, I couldn't recognize any of the landmarks.
Right.
Right? So this would have been what? One of the master bedrooms?
Yes, this is a master bedroom here.
Okay. Wow. Listen, I remember the time when there was no even AC in Jakes.
Yeah.
when I came to Jakes in 2007, there was no AC. This building didn't even exist.
That's right.
That's
right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We're building.
Jason, how are you taking care of yourself, like eating wise and nutrition wise?
I'll be honest with you, I realize that this is a marathon. Kareem. This is not a sprint. So, you know, I have a very supportive wife. And, you know, she really looks out for me in terms of eating properly, getting enough rest, going to bed early. Okay. You know, a level of minimal exercise, but some on the same. You know, you have to try and have some level of still remaining social. You know, we had a charity event up at Lovers Leap last Friday, and that was very good for me to just, you know, where I could let my hair down and, you know, listen to some music. And that's why we really opened Jack Sprat, you know, to get back a sense of community and people. So, you know,
that's good for the psyche.
Very important.
Because we are social people, and one of the biggest things about coming to Jamaica is the fact that when you come to Jamaica, sometimes when you're in first world countries, it's so fast-paced, it becomes inhumane.
Very true.
When you're coming to Jamaica, you can stop. Everybody has always said that to me about coming to Jamaica. You get to stop. You get to stop, you get to breathe.
Pause.
You pause on life.
Absolutely.
Right? Come, we'll go and walk it. Boy, I'm going to tell you. So assessment has to be doing, right?
Yeah, man. Mikey, good?
Yeah, man. Good so far.
All right.
Wow.
If you're good, I'm good.
No, even your internet, your routers and everything like that.
Yes, all of that has to be redone.
Wow. Your inventory book now must be like chaotic.
It's crazy. It's really, really crazy right now.
Oh man, what was this right here? What's this right here?
This was a storage area and a tank on top. And then this was a private dining gazebo here that was completely went.
Completely went.
Yeah.
Now, when you're coming to Jakes, for the audience who is watching this, especially the diaspora people, again, to support this place, all you have to do is just start booking. I'm certain that online, they'll give you the booking dates. They'll tell you, you know, when you can start to, you know what I mean, make your reservation. This is, look at what I'm looking at, right? This is a beautiful place to relax. It's a beautiful place, you know what I mean, to feel true community tourism. And this Treasure Beach is actually a very different experience than most tourist places, because this is actually tourist community centered, right? So it's not like the commercial community tourism spots, right? This is just mom and pop owning a lot of these places. You can come, you can enjoy yourself, you can you farm to table type food that you're eating, because we're also in the Breadbasket Parish.
There you go.
And so a lot of the stuff that you eat, especially down here, some of the best melons you're going to have, right? You're going to have some of the best melons, the best cantaloupes.
That's right.
Don't it?
Honeydew.
Honeydew, right? Some of the best honeydew right there. So when you come here, so you're getting a different vibe, right? Definitely. So this one now is the final room, right?
No,
you have the other room over the other side.
We only reach halfway now.
Yo!
This is Sweet Lip.
This is Sea Cliff?
Sweet Lip.
Sweet Lip.
It's the name of a fish.
Okay, it's the name of a fish.
Every name at Jake's is something from the sea.
Wow.
Either a fish or a shell or something like that.
So let us, 1 second, so let me show you. So can any of this be salvaged, Jason?
Some of it can be, but most of it is most of it has to be built from scratch.
So how do you even discard these things? Do you have to rent a dumper truck?
Yeah, we do. A lot of the cost is actually the cleanup. Much more than you
Thank you for sharing all of that.
You know,
so the cost is really cleanup.
A lot of it is cleanup. A lot of it is cleanup, and then seeing what you can salvage, seeing what you have to throw away and build back fresh. You know, so every day you see new things because you can't see everything all at once because you know the damage is so broad.
Wow, wow.
You know what I
And you're
mean?
telling me that these fridge and these microwave, it's basically finished?
Yeah, these will be finished because the seawater would have come right in, gone into the motors, you know, gone into the all of the.
So let's look at even the stove. Yes,
the fitting and fixtures.
oh my
You know,
gosh.
you can see all of this here.
Rust.
Yeah, so this can't come back. I mean, you know, cause you want to.
So you're going to even need manpower to move so many of these things.
Of course. Yeah.
This is a side of Kareem's quest that I don't like to have to report back to you guys because I normally review all of these things, but it also gives all of us an inside view of how many of these smaller businesses operate. And I always have a special place in my heart for smaller Jamaican owned business because they don't have the same line of credit like big conglomerates. You know, we have big hotels that these people are competing with. And for them to, you know, try and move at the same rate as them, you know what I mean, to ensure that they can capitalize off the peak of the tourism season. It's not the easiest of things. So our tourism season is really like a November to when? March?
To April, May.
To April, May. So November to April, May. But let me get inside a tip. If you actually want good rates, right, try to get to the non-tourist periods because you can actually get good rates and less people are coming. So after April and May, you can look into the June and you look into the July, capitalize.
The rates dip.
Yeah, man, get those. So for those of us who are, you know, watching the pockets and saving our money, let's think about that as well, all right? So if you look at your car, if you think that the rates in December are a little bit too high and the January too high, just start to book something for June. Oh, wow. All right, so that was another Kareem's Quest episode. It's really great, you know, to be able to share all of this information with you, despite the fact that it's a challenging time. You know, things were destroyed, but their spirits were never defeated. You can find my review even of this place on my website, kareemsquest.com. You can also look out for part 2 of this video where we look at Jake's restaurant and see what that is like. And we'll look at some of the other buildings to see what that is like.